Armored vehicles and tanks? What's up, everybody? I am the Skeptical Realist. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe, share. Let's do it. Here we go. Texas governor declares Biden in violation of U.S. Constitution for not securing U.S. border. Yeah, this should have been done a long time ago. Why wait till now? Oh, yeah, he had an election to win. What does that tell you? He waited till after the election to do this. So is it about country or about politics? Texas Governor Greg Abbott has sent a letter to President Joe Biden saying Texas will escalate border security measures by invoking a clause of the U.S. Constitution to protect its own territory against invasion by the Mexican drug cartels amid rampant illegal immigration. Invasion by the Mexican drug cartels. So they're the only ones coming across the border? Or everybody that's coming across the border is part of the cartels? Well, this is definitely going to be challenged, right? If this is in the clause, they could just easily say that the people coming across have nothing to do with the cartels. Your sustained dereliction of duty compels Texas to invoke the powers reserved in Article 1, Section 10, Clause 3, which represents an acknowledgement of the state's sovereign interest in protecting their borders, the Republican governor wrote. All right, so let's check out Article 1, Section 10, Clause 3. All right, so this is Article 1. We're going to go to Section 10, Clause 3. No state shall, without the consent of Congress, lay any duty of tonnage, keep troops or ships of war in time of peace, enter into any agreement or compact with another state, or with a foreign power, or engage in war, unless actually invaded, or in such imminent danger as will not admit of delay. So I think we're looking at this right here. So unless actually invaded. And we are definitely being invaded. By opening our border to this record-breaking level of illegal immigration, you and your administration are in violation of Article 4, Section 4 of the U.S. Constitution. Let's check that out. All right, so here we are, Article 4, Section 4. The United States shall guarantee to every state in this union a republican form of government, and shall protect each of them against invasion, and on application of the legislature or of the executive when the legislature cannot be convened, against domestic violence. Okay, so obviously we are being invaded, and they are not protecting us. Or the state of Texas, right? Also, Republican form of government. I think that's a big fail on that one. Yeah. Domestic violence too. Yeah, this whole thing. I think they're pretty much spot on this one. Days before that, the governor wrote that he invoked the invasion clauses of the U.S. and Texas constitutions. So it's in the Texas Constitution as well, evidently. To deploy the National Guard to the border. Construct the border wall. Allow the Texas Department of Public Safety to arrest illegal immigrants. Oh, yeah. And send some military vehicles to the border. Abbott, for months, has been sending busloads filled with illegal aliens to Democrat-controlled cities such as Washington, Chicago, New York, and now Philly. Yeah, I need to keep that up while we're putting all this in place. Now we need to get New Mexico and Arizona doing the same thing. Building the wall. Keeping it going. And while they're doing that, I think Arizona might want to put one up between them and California. In the more than 240 years of our great nation, no administration has done more than yours to place the states in imminent danger. A direct result of your policy decisions and refusal to deliver on the Article 4, Section 4 guarantee, Abbott wrote to Biden. I think we all can agree on that, yeah? In the absence of action by your administration to secure the border, every act by Texas officials is taken pursuant to the authority that the founders recognized in Article 1, Section 10, Clause 3. Yeah, because you're not doing what you're supposed to do, we're going to do it, whether you like it or not. The governor, who easily won his re-election bid against Democrat Beto O'Rourke on November 8th, also wrote that his administration Escalate our efforts to repel and turn back any immigrant who seeks to enter our state at a border crossing that Congress has designated as illegal. Will arrest criminals who violate state laws and will return people who crossed into Texas illegally back to the border. Okay. First of all, is this part of the quote? Why in the quote? Secondly, Congress has designated as illegal. So that's, I'm assuming, any area other than a port of entry. It's illegal to cross. Yeah. Well, it's a good thing that Republicans control the House because they could just change this to state whatever they wanted, like the entire border is fine to cross. Will arrest criminals who violate state laws. Okay. And will return people who crossed into Texas illegally back to the border. Okay, but are you going to arrest them because they broke the law and crossed into Texas illegally? Or are you going to return them to the border? Also, this doesn't say anything about asylum seekers. Are they still able to claim asylum? Following Abbott's letter and invocation of the invasion clause, the Biden administration has yet to issue a public response. Well, what? Yeah, of course they're not going to respond until they get their shit together so they can fight this in court. The Epic Times has contacted the Department of Homeland Security, which oversees U.S. Customs and Border Protection and U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, for comment. And I guess they haven't responded. The White House issued a response to Abbott's recent statements and accused the governor of creating confusion. Everybody's confused. All the time. We recognize there is currently a race to the bottom. A race to the bottom. Among some Republican officials desperately vying for political relevance. Pretty good. But using asylum seekers fleeing communism. You like communism. Why would anybody flee communism? Communism is great. Socialism is great. They're all good things, right? No? Oh. Well, I guess they're bad because everybody's fleeing from them. Huh. Changed my mind. Fleeing communism and law enforcement officials... But using asylum seekers fleeing communism and law enforcement officials as political pawns in their stunt circus. Woo! Stunt circus. Is wrong and dangerous. Oh, man, this guy is good. White House Assistant Press Secretary Abdullah Hassan told ABC News on Monday. Yeah, I'm assuming it's a guy. Not sure. But this guy's good. Man. Your silence in the face of our repeated pleas is deafening. Your refusal to even visit the border for a first-hand look at the chaos you have caused is damning. Well, yeah, if they go there, then they can't deny it. Well, they can and will deny it, regardless. 2 years of inaction on your part now leave Texas with no choice but to escalate our efforts to secure our state, Abbott wrote. Your open border policies, which have catalyzed an unprecedented crisis of illegal immigration, pretty good, are the sole cause of Texas having to invoke our constitutional authority to defend ourselves. Yeah, pretty much sums it up. But again, everything's going to be challenged, so we'll see where this goes. Also, open border policies... Well, they'll tell you they don't have open border policies. And they'll also tell you the border is not open and the border is secure. Go figure. Abbott's budget director, Sarah Hicks, was asked by a reporter last week about Abbott's invocation of the invasion clause. Hicks remarked that it wasn't really a change in Texas's tactics. What? Not a change in your tactics? So... putting troops on the border, armored vehicles, and things like that is not a change in your tactics, even if it's a mental tactic. It's a deterrent. I don't think it is a change in overall tactics. As such, as it is a reminder to all of us, to Congress and to the members working the issue, that this is serious and it demands a full and serious response. Serious, 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 serious. So serious that it took us 2 years to do anything about it. Maybe not the right person to take questions about this. Deployment. On November 16th, the governor sent a separate letter to the Texas Department of Public Safety and the Texas Military Department and called on them to expand their efforts to deal with growing illegal immigration along the Texas-Mexico border. You have an essential assignment. Use every available tool and strategy to fight back against the unprecedented invasion that Texas is seeing at our border. Until Congress acts or the Biden administration does its constitutionally required job, Texas guardsmen and troopers must bear the burden of securing the border, it said. Okay. Yeah, but, why haven't they been doing it so far? Is because now they can, because the invocation of the invasion clause. I'm going to have to assume that's it, because I would hate to assume or to think that the governor has been holding them back because of an election or some other reason. I don't know why this hasn't been done a long time ago, but it wasn't. Approximately 50 soldiers, meanwhile, will be trained to operate armored personnel carrier vehicles. They're not trained already? They're going to be trained to drive? Do they have these vehicles already? If they have them, didn't they already train on them? If they don't have them, I can understand, maybe. Okay. Trained to operate armored personnel carrier vehicles to carry infantry troops. Infantry troops, okay, of the National Guard. 2 combat zones. Combat zones. Combating illegal immigration. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Alongside tanks. Tanks. Yeah, I don't think I'd be crossing the border. I hear a tanks on the border. Yeah, I'm staying on the other side. These actions are part of a larger strategy to use every available tool to fight back against the record-breaking level of illegal immigration. The Texas National Guard is taking unprecedented measures to safeguard our border and to repel and turn back immigrants trying to cross the border illegally. Again, I always come back to, what the man? Why has it taken this long? What are we doing? Right? The war of words over illegal immigration comes as a watchdog. The Federation for American Immigration Reform, or FAIR, reported in early November that the number of aliens who have entered the U.S. since Biden took over last year has reached 5.5 million. Dan Stein, president of FAIR, told NTD News that figure appears to be an all-time high. Appears to be? Or is? It either is or it isn't. It appears to be until I do more research. 5.5 million. It's got to be double that. Seriously. The ones that are just running across the border that they are not encountering at all. It's happening all the time. 24 hours a day. 7 days a week. You know the rest. It's way more than that. Way more than that. Okay. So this is a good thing. It may have taken way too long to get there, but it's a good thing. It will be challenged. Of course it will be challenged in court somehow. And if Texas can do this, declare an invasion, why can't all states do it? Is it just a border state that can do it? I don't think so. Every state should be able to declare an invasion. Send all the troops, all the tanks, all the personnel carriers, armored vehicles. Send them all down there. Line them up. You will not have one gap in that border. Except for California, because they won't do it. So that's why Arizona needs to just build a wall. Yep. Just build that wall. Build that wall. Keep going along the Mexican border, and then just go straight up that border between Arizona and California. Just keep on getting it. Do it. All right, that's going to be it for this one. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe, share. I'll see you in the next one.